Oh boy, all right. This is going to be a ridiculous one. PC Gamer reports, Rich Stanton, of course. We've read his articles before. He's got his biases. However, U.S. court permabans Roblox troll who made terrorist threats, quote, terrorist threats, and added a $150,000 fine for good measure. Last November, we reported on Roblox Corporation suing a longtime thorn in its side, one Mr. Simon, known online as Ruben Sim, who made controversial content on and about the platform for many years. The suit alleged Simon commits and encourages unlawful acts designed to injure Roblox and its users while seeking $1.6 million in damages. Okay, so they're claiming he does illegal things, unlawful acts designed to injure Roblox. Okay, fair enough. To give an idea of this behavior, Simon was accused of harassing other users. Well, what does that mean anymore? Because I'll tell you, as far as I understand it, by the definition most of the game industry uses, by the definition that these woke community managers use, by the what the CEOs are saying, what Phil Spencer of Microsoft said the other day, harassment is basically like, haha, I won. You're not very good at this video game. This is what they term harassment nowadays, because we live in the land of snowflakes and people who can't handle a fucking mean comment, including sexual harassment, which again could be nowadays, that could be you're on mic, right? You're playing, let's say, Call of Duty, right? And you're on mic and you hear somebody's voice and you say, wow, I didn't realize that you were a girl. That's sexual harassment right there. And you know, maybe even like trying to get a mob out because you bring up the topic. Using homophobic and racist language, again, what does that even mean anymore? I'm not even sure what they define as homophobic language anymore, because sometimes they use those words themselves. And sometimes they've adopted them and they've added them into their LG. There's a reason there's a Q in LGBTQPLMN fucking XZ, right? There's a Q in there because they have adopted calling themselves queer, but queer used to be a homophobic quote unquote slur. But now it's a word that they use to describe themselves. So how do we even know what this guy was saying? How do you know what context he was saying it in? PC Gamer doesn't think that's important. Of course they don't, because they don't see any distinction. Racist language can be a lot of the same thing. He was more specifically accused of, quote, attempting to upload a nude image of himself with only a lampshade covering his genitals. Is that a nude photo? I mean, there was something covering his genitals, so is that really a nude photo? I actually don't think it was. Is it inappropriate for a game that's made for mostly 10-year-olds and under? Yeah. Yeah, it's probably inappropriate for that game. But for those of you who don't know what Roblox is, it's got a similar aesthetic to Minecraft. It's kind of a creative outlet type game where you can make a server and customize different game types. You can make games within it. It's more of a set of tools for creativity than it is a specific game. And so people run their own servers. And yes, because it attracts a largely child audience, there is absolutely rampant grooming and predators that are interacting with children all over Roblox. And in fact, it's a far bigger problem, I would say, than probably this guy is. Anyway, also attempting to upload a sex game. Not sure what a sex game is specifically, but I'll tell you this. If you go onto Roblox right now, you will find explicit sexual content on some of these servers. You will find racist content on some of these servers. You'll find homophobic content on some of these servers. Roblox does nothing to stop any of this. And it's interesting that it's just this guy that they're focused on. Also, attempting to upload pictures of Hitler. Again, there are full-on Nazi roleplay servers on Roblox right now. There always are. You want to go find some Nazi roleplay? You want to find like a recreation of Charlottesville? They have that. All of that kind of stuff is on Roblox. And other games as well. Games with creatively open platforms that allow you to do that kind of thing get this kind of stuff. It is what it is. Arma 3 has roleplay servers where you play as like Nazi guards, American liberators, and Holocaust victims. Right? So you play as one of those characters. So the guards are supposed to keep the camp, the Jews essentially in the camp, and then the Americans' job is to kind of come in and liberate them, right? And it's a role play, but it's also like a actual game mode. This is a thing that exists, and there's plenty of videos of it online, and nobody seems to have a problem with it. What I would say is, if Roblox had a problem with it, they could have banned him, and they did. So it is what it is. Most seriously, Roblox Corporation alleged that Simon and his, quote, cyber mob, that's a new one on me. I've heard a lot of ways to describe it, but cyber mob is pretty funny. I'll remember that one. Of like-minded individuals caused the temporary shutdown of Roblox Developers Conference in San Francisco in October due to, quote, terrorist threats. Okay, terrorist threats, that's pretty fucking serious. You would think if there were terroristic threats that he would be facing, it makes sense he's in court, except is he in court? Is he in civil court? Well, if what he said was terroristic threats, you'd think he would be in criminal court. I wonder what's going on here. Simon made various social media posts during the event that forced police and security forces to get involved in a temporary shutdown of the event. Doesn't say what those posts were. Doesn't say how the police were forced. Interesting how it leaves out a lot of this information, Rich Stanton. And you just assert things. Anyhow, a U.S. District Court in the Northern District of California has now passed judgment on the case, and Simon, already banned from Roblox by its developer, is now banned from Roblox by court order. Thanks, Ars Technica. Okay, so they've banned him, but now the court needs to order a ban on him. Does that even make any sense? He can't get through their server, right? The judgment in part reads, quote, "It is ordered that defendant Simon is hereby permanently restrained and enjoined from the following actions. A, making, publishing, or republishing false threats of terrorist activity relating to Roblox." Okay, so one, he's not barred from making terroristic threats to anybody else, just to Roblox, right? So it's not like they're saying that he's now barred from committing a crime. They're saying he's barred from committing a crime that targets Roblox. This would be like me saying, it is hereby illegal for you to murder this specific person. Like, yeah, that goes without saying. It's illegal for you to murder anybody. Obviously. B, knowingly making false statements of fact about Roblox. Same thing, except this isn't criminal. This is civil case type stuff, but that would be libel or slander. It's illegal to libel or slander anybody, or any corporation as well. So this is a stupid statement by the judge. Just want to point out how dumb this is, and that if I were this guy, I'd be appealing it. C, glamorizing or encouraging violence against Roblox, its employees, or facilities. Encouraging violence, again, that's incitement. You could argue, does what he specifically say meet the Brandenburg v. Ohio standard? But it's, just on its face here based on what it's saying, it's incitement. However, what is glamorizing violence? I'm not sure what that means. Could the judge elaborate? Could the article elaborate? What is glamorizing violence? I'm pretty sure glamorizing violence is perfectly legal. You could say write a hip hop song, about how much you wanted to, or how cool you thought violence would be. So they're saying he can't do that if the hip hop song is about Roblox. It's just stupid. This is all silly. This is what you get from a freaking court in California. Just a waste of everybody's time, including the taxpayer. And continues to stop him from approaching Roblox facilities or offices. Okay, that's just a restraining order. Fine. Like, that's the one part that makes sense of this whole judgment so far. Any videos relating to Roblox. So he's not allowed to make videos relating to a video game. He can't even talk about this video game. So now it's the state literally restricting his right to free speech. So it's one thing, he can't make false statements of fact about Roblox, but he can't make true statements about them either. He can't talk about them at all. This is silly. And forces him to delete any videos he's made within 7 days of the order. He also has to provide Roblox a report on this under penalty of perjury. Well, I don't think you can provide any kind of report that you've deleted your videos. Okay, there's no way to really do that. 1. 2, you're now forcing him to destroy his art because because he said mean things or he upset somebody. This is fucking bullshit. Roblox had pursued Simon for $16 million in damages for his behavior. Optimistic, perhaps, but a judgment in the amount of $150,000 is entered in favor of plaintiff Roblox against defendant. Why not at this point? This order is so ridiculous. Yeah, $150,000 fine too. Sure, why not? Safe to say this troll won't be lurking under that particular bridge no more. Rich Stanton of PC Gamer, what the fuck are you doing? You're a professional writer. Why would you ever put this sentence to paper? What is... This is what you get paid for. That garbage writing right there? I think you know what's wrong with it. I think you did it on purpose. I contacted Roblox Corporation to ask for comment on the verdict. Quote, we don't have anything to add beyond what is already in the filing. Of course, because they were able to just like get a judge to bend over backwards to just beat this regular guy into the dirt. Now, is he a bit of a weirdo? Absolutely. I've looked a little more into this. There's some shit I just wouldn't want to show you. Is he racist, homophobic, neo-Nazi? Does he put content up there? Well, I don't know what his personal beliefs are. I do know that he's a troll. I do know that he looks for that kind of attention from people and that they bought it hook, line, and sinker. However, the restrictions that the court is placing on his freedom of speech are absurd. The order itself, everything I just read there is absurd. This is a joke. I'm not a lawyer, but, could you explain to me, Judge, what glamorizing violence is? Could anybody explain that to me? What is glamorizing violence? And make sure you're very careful about the answer to that question. Everybody might think that that's an easy thing, that you could just answer this easily. But make sure you're very careful about that. Because if glamorizing violence is a bad thing, your answer should hopefully exclude all the fucking Hollywood movies and all the hip hop songs and all the other things that you think are perfectly fine. Whatever things. I guarantee you like some things that would meet the definition of glamorizing violence when it's broad, right? So you want to specifically exclude that kind of stuff from it so that it only includes, things that are bad. So, do some homework here. If somebody thinks that they're real smart and that they can define that word for me, do so. And then I'll poke holes in it. Leave it in the comments. But this is absurd. This is ridiculous. Fuck Roblox. Fuck Northern California U.S. District Court. Northern District Court. Mr. Simon getting doxxed by a PC gamer with his middle name included is pretty dumb. He should absolutely appeal this. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but I think that there's some obvious holes in this case. And the government shouldn't be restricting people from making videos about any topic. That's not their job. And in fact, that's actually against the First Amendment directly. You know, a lot of times when we talk about free speech, we're talking about against the principle of free speech. But this is the government saying specifically that a specific citizen cannot talk about a specific topic, and also that he has to destroy art that he's made because it's related to a specific topic. This is absolutely absurd. I'm surprised more people who were free speech advocates aren't talking about this case, but it is what it is. Thanks for joining us today. I am doing most of my content now on Rumble at Maxand Gaming. We're also announcing the formation of Right to Offend Media, which is also on Rumble, where we're going to be talking about issues that I can't talk about here on YouTube, such as the 2020 election and what I think about that, as well as the pandemic, as well as basically anything. YouTube is completely censored at this point. Any video I make is probably, 50-50 shot that they censor it. They've already taken down my one video about the Activision Blizzard lawsuit, which I read through the entire fucking thing, which is why I was not using specific words when I can't even talk about language like what is homophobic or racist language, because YouTube will just slap me down if I even try and ask or ascertain what they mean. As it is, I used the Q word, and they might slap me down just for that. So this is where we're at. So I'll be on Rumble talking about these kind of things over there, and potentially other platforms if need be. I will continue uploading here as a secondary means. If you followed me a long time, you might want to go check out the Rumble channels, because that's where we're going to be. I'll be partnering with Shmuley and Rick Turpin, longtime friends. Some of you may know. And we'll be making content over there, Right to Offend Media, as well as Maxand Gaming on Rumble. I'll leave links in the description for that stuff. Gaming content, going to be Maxand Gaming. I'm still going to be on Twitch until they kick me out. But this is what it is. I didn't want to make a video just specifically talking about that shit, so I'm going to slap it in the end here, because I hate channel update videos. I hate even putting it in here. I just want people to know that this is potentially a way you could follow me. Also, I'm going to point out that this wouldn't be a problem if a good friend of mine's project gets off the ground. IOHazard, also known to maybe some of you longtime fans as Risky, has been working on a mesh networking solution to this problem, a social media site where you can essentially take your followers with you. And so if you subscribed to me, you would be able to just get my content wherever I go, even if I'm banned certain places. I will also leave a link in the description to his GitHub, and you could go check out that project that I think would be very important at this point if you care at all about censorship. I had the last straw this year. I had two, actually. One was the last straw about me talking specifically about politics. Was that I made videos making light of Tim Pool, not even really making fun of him too hard. And one of them included a clip where he had his beanie pulled off, exposing the fact that he's bald, right? Which everybody knows at this point, but I think he still thinks he can hide it under his beanie, to the point of making that the point of his whole freaking channel. It's like a running joke that he wears a beanie, and he thinks that people don't know he's bald. Who cares? I don't even care. I just thought it was funny, and I got sapped with 2 copyright strikes, and so when I appealed it, the person who made the strike said that they would level a 3rd one if I didn't delete the video. So I deleted the video, and that's when I quit talking about politics on this channel. And then I was just talking about video games, but I read the Activision Blizzard lawsuit in a 30-minute video, which you will notice is no longer on my channel. And that is because I apparently hit something in the algorithm, and a bunch of leftist activists showed up on my video in the comments telling me how I just needed to believe all the victims, even though what it said in that lawsuit was absolutely absurd. And if you don't believe me, read it for yourself. And then they mass flagged my video, and YouTube took it down. And so I'm at the point now where I need to just find an alternative that's not gonna shut me down. So far, that's been Rumble, and that could change, but that's where we're at. So I want to thank anybody who followed for years. There's not very many of you, but it's appreciated. And if you're looking for that kind of content, and maybe even a little more open content, like maybe we used to do, maybe somewhere in between, you'll find that on Right to Offend Media. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to keep uploading videos here when I find them to be important. But for the most part, Rumble is the primary platform. So we'll catch you another time.